And we're live. Welcome to Thursday to Thrive. We want you to rise up and thrive and make this the best of your life in 2025. And this is where we talk about zero net cost benefits. Benefits for your employees that are zero net cost to the employer and no out of pocket to your valued employees. That's so good. I'm going to say it again. We talk about zero net cost benefits that are no cost to you as the employer and no out of pocket to your valued employees. I think that's incredible. And today we're going to talk about the benefits that checks all the boxes. You know, there's a lot of different kinds of benefits. We have all kinds of different benefits, health insurance and life insurance and critical illness, but not all of these benefits check all the boxes. Well, these benefits, zero net cost benefits, are going to check all the boxes, and you're going to find that out today. So come on in if you're a self-employed or you're a business owner, you have at least 20 full-time employees, or if you are working for an employer and there's at least 20 colleagues that you have there, come on in. We'd love to talk to you about zero net cost benefits. And these benefits really do check all the boxes. They are IRS compliant. That means the IRS is aware of this program. You're not going to have any issues as an employer. They are ACA aligned. That means anything that is involved with the ACA, there's regulations, there's standards. There's a lot of compliance that goes into this program. They're HIPAA protected, so you don't have to worry about compromising your personal information or your employer compromising your personal medical information. You know, our medical information is some of the most valuable things about us. There are companies who would pay millions and billions of dollars to know about our medical history, but we're not going to talk about that, right? So HIPAA compliant is critical that your personal health information is protected. And they're Fortune 500 proven. That means that there are companies, Fortune 500 companies, that actually use these benefits, because these benefits can be a standalone on its own, but they can also be coupled with your major medical plan. You don't have to change the plan that you have. You can actually use these benefits, zero net cost benefits, and just couple them with your existing benefits. And there's also no extra cost, no change to your insurance, no payroll disruption. Your payroll will run just like it normally does. No credit check for you as the employer, and no credit check to your valued employees. There are no tax returns needed. Nobody's going to ask you about the IRS or any of those things. This is really just a program for you to be able to provide medical benefits to your valued employees. There are no enrollment fees, no broker fees. We're here to provide you that white glove service at zero net cost to you and no out of pocket to your valued employees. And I call that a win-win-win all the way around. You win as the employer because you're able to provide these benefits and enjoy the benefits of the tax credits. Enjoy the benefits of the $620 per each employee that enrolls. Enjoy the benefits of lowering your workers' comp costs. Enjoy the benefits of your company culture. At the same time, your employee wins because they have comprehensive benefits that they can use for no out of pocket. And it's a win-win-win because you don't have to worry about all these troubles, all these compliance, IRS being involved or anything like that. So this is an incredible way for you as the employer to provide benefits to your valued full-time employees. Whew, that was a mouthful. I hope you got some value from that, but it's not about me today. I want to hear from my incredible team because they always drop tons of nuggets, tons of golden nuggets, tons of wisdom, and they always add extra things that I wouldn't even think of. So to kick us off, I'd love to hear from the incredible Miss Cristina Salgato. Take it away, Miss Cristina.
Okay, well, happy Thursday, everybody. Well, I'm so honored to be part of this incredible team and to be championing this initiative. I believe in it, wholeheartedly, because it really embraces a lot of what I do in general. I'm in business development, which means I deal with all the moving parts of what make a great business and a great company. I mostly work, from people that are just starting out, but I also will deal with corporations and company culture. It's the heart of it. When I say that I deal with all the moving pieces, I'm talking about branding. I'm talking about your mission statement. I'm talking about your business assets. And the biggest business asset that you can have is your employees.
Yeah.
And it's all connected. Your brand, the assets, the culture, it's all there. This is really the nucleus of what makes a great company. And this is an opportunity to enhance the company culture. This is an opportunity to improve the mission statement, to really, what do you stand for as a company that has been there for a while, maybe Fortune 500 even. We have Fortune 500 companies on our portfolio, but what do you stand for? What do you really believe in? So what are the pillars? Why are people going to work for you? And these benefits are a win-win for you as an employer, and of course for your employees. You are going to relieve, you're going to give somebody a great place to come to work to. Knowing that there's no copays. There is no biweekly money deducted from your paycheck for insurance. Having assistance at your fingertips with telemedicine. Being able to talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody about anything. So that they're also dealing with telemedicine and mental health. So all these great things, make a person whole, make a person, feel good about themselves and able to deal with this thing that is called life, that includes 8 hours somewhere working for somebody. So, that's what I think it's a win-win. That's why I'm championing it. Some people ask me, Christina, what are you doing? I mean, you're dealing with the benefits and things now. It's like, yeah, because it's part, as somebody that deals with developing and building business, that's a key element. You want to retain your workforce. You want to make sure that your company keeps moving, is functional, and that those people that are pushing and they're moving that wheel, they're happy to do it. So that's why I'm here championing this. I believe in, sustainability. I believe in holistic workplaces. And this, I want to say, the most wonderful of the wide peaceful weapons that you can have in your arsenal. So, if you want to know more, please connect with me, connect with Sharon, connect with Leah. We'll get you going. We'll answer your questions, and you can have this as a fantastic, a fantastic asset that you can offer your employees.
I love that. So many great golden nuggets, so much wisdom in there. Think about that company culture. What are your employees saying about you, and how do they feel about their workplace? And also, I want to highlight something you talked about, is that self-esteem. If you're an employee struggling to get up early, commuting to work, fighting through traffic, dropping your kids off at daycare, missing their birthdays or missing the weekends with them, you're invested so much in your employer, but you don't know that your family's taken care of. You don't know that you can go and see the doctor and get the medications and prescriptions that you need. That would really impact your self-esteem as a father, as a mother, as an auntie, an uncle, a spouse, like whoever our loved ones are. We all want to be able to be there for our loved ones. And if we can't take care of our good health, it makes it very, very challenging. So I love that you said that. And it makes me think about, like, what is your company culture? If you could write down 2 or 3 things, what are the things that you want your employees to say about you? What are the things that you want your clients, right, the people you're servicing, what do you want them to say about you when they see the receptionist, when they have that employee, that valued employee that's helping them with the product or services? What do you want them to know about you? What comes to top of mind when they think of you? And I want to really think about, how about those high risk types of employment, these high risk careers, maybe things like contractors, people who are plumbers, people who are digging ditches. Like, there's a lot of risk that they take on with their body. Things could happen to them. And if they don't know they have the benefits, what does that do to them? Is that always running in the background? People who own securities companies, right? If they're working as a security person, or maybe they're in the healthcare industry and they're dealing with clients' health. They don't know if they could be, if their health could be compromised at any time. So having that worry really has to detract from your focus and your energy that you're able to bring to your business, to your career, and really give to your employees. And also be able to give to your own good health, be able to make the right decisions and not make those mistakes, falling off the ladder or pricking yourself with a needle or things like that. So great comment. I love it. Thank you so much, Christine. You bring so much value. And next, I'd love to hear from Ms. Sharon. What would you like to add, Ms. Sharon?
Well, I think what I want to add to this is I agree with a lot of what Christina said, a lot of what you've said. I'm really proud to be part of this amazing team and to be championing things that will help propel employers and businesses and communities to do better. Because when we do better by our employees and our businesses do better, our communities do better. We do better as individuals, and the individuals then do more for their community. And look, some people I know when they hear me say this say it's controversial, but I say it anyway, because if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. Because if we're not healthy, both body, mind, and soul, then we're not okay. And we're not going to be reaching our full potential. So if I am not the healthiest I can be mentally and physically, I can't give to my employer what I could give if I were at my optimal health. I can't give to my family what I could give to my family if I'm not at my optimal health. So the things that we're asking employers and employees to skimp on, because that's how they save money. And I'm not putting anybody down for trying to save money and cut back. Things are expensive. But when we compromise mental health, physical health, our soul being fulfilled and feeling good about what we do, then we're compromising everything. And we're not even really conscious of that because we're too involved in the moment to moment thought process. So we're not looking at the bigger picture. And the truth is that you're exactly right. I grew up in a family of construction workers, contractors, the whole thing. And there is so much danger in these jobs. My father, when I was born, I was premature. And so quick little story. My father was, I forget how many feet up in the air on a scaffold when my mother called to tell his boss that she was in labor. And he had to say to my father, your wife called, you have to get home immediately, but be careful. And, and he wouldn't tell him anything till he came down. But my father tells the story of how he shook the entire way down because he was so concerned about my mother. He was concerned about me. And, with these benefits, that concern is taken away because for the employer, there's zero net cost. If you're an employer, you're already paying for these benefits. It's already being deducted from your tax contributions. So every 2 weeks, there's money being taken from your payroll tax and from your employees' checks. But with these benefits, that doesn't happen. There's no added cost, co-pays no added cost, out of pocket cost for your employees. There's no net cost. There's zero net cost to you. So it really is a win-win because when people can go to work and they don't have to worry about what happens if I do fall, they're not going to be thinking about that. So that's actually going to put them, they're going to be in less danger because what we focus on becomes, where we have to put our focus is what we concentrate on. So the more if somebody said to me, don't think about the pink elephant. What am I going to think about? A pink elephant, because it's been brought to my attention. So if I have to worry every day, oh my God, what if I'm an electrician? What if I get electrocuted? What if I get burned by the electricity? If I'm a contractor, what happens if I fall off a scaffold? What happens if, there's so many things that can happen. And if you don't have to worry, if you don't have to put extra worry about what's going to happen and you don't with these benefits because you're fully, you can enhance the benefits you already are offering, or you can finally give your employees security. And if you give your employees security, they're going to perform better for you. And in today's society, I'll land it here, but in today's society, we don't have as much of, the loyalty and people moving up the corporate ladders or the company ladders, because there's a lot of, pushing, people moving around to get the better benefits or to get the better salary. When I was growing up, my dad had a crew of people that were very committed to his company, and people moved up the ladder. You don't see that a lot today. So if you can create a company culture like Christina was talking about, where people want to stay with you because you do care about their safety, you do care about their families, they're going to perform better for you. And it's going to make your business more productive, more lucrative, and people are going to talk. It takes a lot longer for positive things to get out there, but it's worth, but it's worth it. If you're an employer that's not offering this stuff, people are going to hear about it more. You're going to get gripes. I'd rather be the employer that is offering this stuff and it takes a little longer for it to get out there. But this is like a no-brainer. I really believe, I know you've said this, Leah, so I'm not stealing this from you. I truly believe in my heart that this is going to be the wave of the future, because I don't see how it cannot be. But there's not enough people out there who know about it. And this is why I'm so passionate about this. And I want to get it out there.
Yeah. And I love your passion. I totally agree with you. And, there's so much talk these days about things that companies don't offer, things that they're reducing. I was listening to something the other day, and they were saying there's no more coffee and donuts in the lobby anymore. They're not going to have, financial fast food Fridays anymore. Like, they're taking away all these little perks. And what does that do to their employees? What does that do to their morale and just to that camaraderie? So when you can offer more and it's not costing you anything, why wouldn't you at least have a conversation? It is worth having a conversation. And also, something I want to highlight is that, remember, these benefits are guaranteed issue. So there's no medical background, there's no medical questions. If any of your employees, your full-time employees that qualify financially, means that they are eligible to participate, they can have these benefits. They don't have to worry about asking about medical questions or medical history. Every one of your full-time employees that is eligible can enjoy these benefits and have these benefits and be able to use them from the very first day. There isn't a waiting period for them or anything. And I think that's huge. And yes, you're right, Sharon. This is going to be the wave of the future. Right now, there's only about 2% of employers who even know that this program exists. That's why it's our huge crusade. That's why we're here talking about it every single week. And we're here to bring even more value. And you're going to watch what we do here. You're going to watch us day by day and week by week, how we really start to transform the way people think about benefits. And I just want to add this. I saw a few posts recently about people who are struggling with health challenges and they can't get the medical care. I mean, think about that. And, I don't have all the answers. I don't know why we don't have healthcare for everyone. It shouldn't be that way in our country, but unfortunately it is. And I don't have a voice to change. I can only do what I can do, but this is something that I can do. I can make sure that every full-time employee, every employer that has at least 20 full-time employees can provide these benefits. And if you have less employees, reach out to us anyway. We have other things we might be able to guide you to and help you with, because every employer should have the opportunity to understand what is available to them as the employer, and every valued employee should have the opportunity to see what they can do, what they can afford to protect their good health. So I love that. And that's what we're here. That we're only here because we're passionate, right? And I want to welcome the most amazing Lisa Favec. Thank you for joining us. We got a show coming up. I cannot wait. Get your date on the calendar. We talk about everything health insurance, and she talks about everything to do with menopause. She's our menopause mentor, and I would really just say our health expert. I've learned so much from her. She has such a heart to help us as women, but really as far as good health, there's so many things that we don't understand about our good health that I don't know. I guess we just forgot it. So many things that we can do, things that we can eat, spices we can add. And so I appreciate you so much, Lisa. Wow, this was pretty intense today. I love it, love it, love it. And just kind of go back. Anything else you want to add, Christina?
Yes. While you were talking, I was thinking, pre-pandemic, right? It was very much about company culture. The donuts, the perks, the food, the fridge in the office, especially here in the Bay Area. Every single company that was starting out, these were the commuting benefits, you name it. It was all there. Post-pandemic, especially the last 2 to 3 years, when it got heavy with the return to office, we wanted people to return to the office, but all these things were not offered. And I had the fortune, I guess, to consult with a couple of these companies about what was going on about the P&L and revenue. And every time there was a revenue problem, there was a morale problem. And so one of the little tricks that we did was like, okay, let's run a survey. Let's ask anonymously, what is that the employee really do want? And of course, they wanted better pay. Commuting benefits was one. And medical benefits were really expensive. So a lot of their paycheck was going there. So it was not worth it to return to office. So, if you really want to know what are the gaps, what's going on, why is my workforce not really productive? Try this, and do it as a game, right? Run a survey anonymously, make it fun, maybe offer some food with it, and see what people really do want. And I bet one of the things that they want is to save money or keep more money in their pocket. And you're gonna be a hero for doing that, and it's not gonna cost you anything.
Wow, I love that. So think about this. Food, I'm a foodie, and I think that food brings us together. So a lot of the company culture, they would have those certain things, those snacks and beverages, like you alluded to, Christina. In the Bay Area, that was kind of a given because of Facebook and Google. So all the other companies had to kind of raise that bar. And now a lot of companies have scaled back with that because of cost or because of other reasons. This is something that you could do. I mean, listen, there are classes that you can take together as a company culture. There's health classes, there's information, there's workshops, there's all these things that you can make it as part of your company culture that is free. These are zero net cost to the employer and free to your valued employees. Every time I say that, I always get fired up because how many things are free these days? They're free, but there's a catch. And also, Sharon, you're so on point. We're not talking about new money. This is money you're already spending. It comes through your payroll run. So right now you're paying Uncle Sam. Now you can pay for these zero net cost benefits. That's all it does. And because it reduces your payroll, you're going to enjoy the benefits of reducing your workers' comp fees. And nothing reduces your workers' comp fees. And by the way, remember, if you don't have an HR department, don't worry. We got you because we will become your HR department. Don't think that this is going to cost you some extra time, that you're going to have to now answer a bunch of questions. No, we're here to provide you the white glove service from the very first day all the way through the enrollment and beyond. This is what we do. We become that HR department. We become the go-to person for your valued employees. When they've got questions about their benefits, when they need to research prescriptions, they can reach out to me. This is all I do is talk about benefits insurance all day long. So it's really would be an honor to serve you. So remember, this is IRS compliant. It is ACA aligned. It's HIPAA protected. Fortune 500 proven. Many Fortune 500 companies that you know of are using these benefits, and there's no extra cost, no change to your insurance that you already have. This can go coupled with your primary benefits that you're already offering. There's no payroll disruption. There's no credit check. There are no tax returns needed, no enrollment fees, no broker fees. I mean, what more could you ask? We're giving you free, and double free. And I think that's great. And so we always like to end this with a quote. And my quote today is, I've been thinking a lot about this, is I meet a lot of people who want to be business owners, they want to be entrepreneurs, but they kind of get lost in the sauce like a meatball. They're not sure what they should do first. They want to start a website. Do I go live? Like, what do I do? And I would say, you know what? Done beats perfect. Just start. It's going to start messy. That's the way it is. You have to muck it up first. Okay, there's just no way around it. You're going to have a learning curve because as you start to do, you're going to find out the things that really do resonate with you. Right now, you think that widget is really your passion, but as you really start to discover your own voice, because I believe the more you speak your mind, the more you grow your mind, and you're going to really find and discover that true thing that really lights you up. So that's my quote for today. And that's by Alan Shimamoto. One of my mentors taught me that. And with that, I'd love to pass it over to Christina. What would you like to share with us?
Oh, yes, it's my turn. Well, it's in tune with what you said. I don't know who this quote is by, but it does take courage to change, right? To decide to go all in your business, or to decide to start a business. So one of my favorite quotes, which anonymous, I gotta say, is that the price of admission to your new life is your old one. So it does require sacrifice. It does require to let go of what you were doing before. Because if you want to change, you have to change something. So the price of admission to your new life is your old one.
Absolutely. And to your point, I always say it's free, but there's a cost, right? There's always a price. There's always a price of admission. It might not cost you, but if you don't have benefits right now, it is costing you something. You think you're saving money as an employer, it is costing you something. I promise you that price you're paying is high because your employees are secretly looking for a new opportunity. Your employers are secretly saying, don't come and work here. Your employees are putting together a different energy. What if you had these zero net cost benefits? That doesn't have a cost to them. There's no price. Well, it's a little bit of elbow grease, right? But I love that. That's a great quote. I love that. We could have a whole talk just about that. So, Ms. Sharon, what is your quote that you'd like to share with us?
My quote for today is: true change happens just outside your comfort zone. So you need to challenge yourself to move past your fears, because if you stay within your comfort zone, not much, if anything, is going to change. True change happens when you push yourself just outside your comfort zone.
Absolutely. I love that. And it kind of goes back to one of my favorite quotes is you cannot measure the heart of a champion just by looking at him. If you're courageous and you just have pure grit, you are going to win. You don't have to be the most talented. I've seen the most talented people kind of wither like a cheap chair as soon as a challenge comes up, right? You don't have to be the most beautiful, attractive. Like, you don't even have to be the most well-spoken. You don't really have to have anything but that grit, that pure grit, and you be courageous. And you just take step by step by step by step. And one day you're going to look back and go, wow, look what I did. But it happens. It doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen. I don't know. Maybe
what I love.
Go ahead. Love it.
You know what I love? I'm listening to this. The three of us, we've been talking about courage and change. And we did not talk about this before this live. So, it's been in the back of our minds. It's called alignment. I love that.
Absolutely. That's why it's so much better to be a part of a team. Listen, I could do this by myself. I don't need a team. I've been in the insurance business over 20 years. I don't need other people for me to be able to do this, but I want other people for many, many reasons. But one of them is just what you highlighted, Christina. A rising tide raises all boats, but only when your boat's in the water. And when you're up in the highlight and you've seen this going across the stage, I'm going to tell you, it is so much more. I've done it by myself and I've done it with a team. It is so much more fun to do it with a team because you know that together, all of us pushing together, we achieve that. And together, we're going to change the financial services industry. Together, we're going to bring zero net cost benefits. It's going to be commonplace, a commonplace in the household, in the Bay Area, in California, in New York, and everywhere throughout the U.S. We are here to be that change when we are doing it by one employer at a time, one employee at a time, enrolling them, helping them with these zero net cost benefits. But absolutely, We're awesome. Aren't we so awesome? I gotta say, I'm gonna give us a round of applause because we are just so awesome. I appreciate you. You all make me look good. I'm honored to be your leader. I'm honored to be of service. And I just love what I do. So if you're looking for an opportunity, you would like a passive income stream, we are looking to expand. We've got people in California and New York, but we need people across the country to share this. So if you have a network, you already know employers, you know people who are entrepreneurs and they have employees, and you would like a way to monetize your network, we'd love to talk to you. You could either do it actively and be a part of us and join us on Thursday to Thrive. But if you want to do it passively and just pass over those names and numbers, we're happy to reward you. We actually will compensate you $250 for every employer who moves forward with the zero net cost benefits. And I call that just a win-win-win. I say winners win, and I think we just won. We killed it today. I don't know what else to say. Women rule. That's all I'm going to say. We love you guys. We love you guys. And that's going to do it for all of us. We appreciate you. We're here every single Thursday where we talk about Thursday to Thrive and zero net cost benefits. So thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you, whether you're here live or you watch us on the replay. We look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, everybody.
Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Introducing Leah Garcia's Wall of Wealth, the ultimate one-page financial plan to protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth with confidence. Whether you're a business owner or just starting your financial journey, this step-by-step guide gives you the tools to create a solid foundation for long-term success. Don't wait to transform your money mind shift. Download your free copy today at leahgarcia.io and start building your wall of wealth now.